Hello YouTube, my name is Ryan. Welcome back to my channel. I have a very cool item here today. This is obviously Echoplex. It's definitely been used. Got a lot of Tolex tears and chips and dings and whatnot. Got the Sure sticker on the side there. No handle. This is one that I bought on one of the auction sites, and as you can see, it's pretty beat up, but I was hoping this would be one that I could restore. And the cool thing about this one, this is actually a I want to say it's probably like a later model EP2. That's the tube tape echo, but it has the sound on sound function. As you can see, it has the two heads that you would normally see in the EP2, but it has the additional head for the sound on sound, so that's pretty cool. It's serial 7118, so I'm gonna have to look at the manual and see what serial number range that's in. Came to me just like this. The mounting screws are missing on the top, mounting screws are missing on the bottom. This is all busted out here. I'm not sure that this is the original cable for it. If you look on my channel, I have another EP2 unit that I restored, but just gonna get this pulled out of here real quick and see, kind of see what it looks like. Looks like one of the tube covers came off there. And these old units have a very distinctive odor when you open them. It's kind of like I guess it's the plastic material in them that degrades over time, but it has like a kind of a chemical smell. I don't know how to explain it, but just about every electronic that I've worked on from the 60s just has that very distinct odor. Looks like this has the original Mallory filter capacitor. Let's check and see if it has all the tubes. There's a tube there. That's a good sign. I don't know how the heck that got bent that much, but that one's really bent. Let's see if I can get it off. Got some dried up spider on there. Make sure I'm getting all this in the frame here. Yeah, this looks about on par with the one that I worked on. That's not a good sign. Oh gosh. That's usually a pretty good sign. It was a amateur that did some work on it when you have electrical tape. This thing is pretty nasty. Let me get my high-tech. These are my high-tech supports that I have here. Like I said, this is a little bit different schematic than the one that I worked on before. So I'm gonna have to look it up, get the complete schematic for that serial number. This looks it looks fairly original. I kind of question the this yellow wire here, because I think on the other EP2 that I worked on, it was brown. Let's see if I can get a kind of a focus on this for all of y'all out there that like to look at circuits. But for the most part, looks really close to the one I worked on before. This one actually has the orange drop capacitors. The one that I worked on in the videos on my channel, but it had a lot of these ceramic disc capacitors. I think every capacitor in the unit had ceramic disc capacitors. And these definitely are not the easiest thing to work on, because everything is old school, true point-to-point wiring. A lot of times on a lot of listings, you'll see that they say hand wired point to point, when it's not actually. It may be hand wired, but it's not point to point, because a lot of them use turret boards and other boards, whereas this is true point to point to point. So, well, cool. I think I'm going to take this out to my shop and get it blown out real good, get it vacuumed out real good, and then I'll start dismantling it from there. And I really don't want to, I mean, it won't hurt to power this up to see if it works, but I'm really kind of leery of powering it up until I get this taken care of. That looks kind of like it might have gotten a little heat, so I want to get a good electric or a good power cable replaced in there. And I have a replacement belt, but I need to make sure the motor works, need to make sure all the electronics work before I do anything else. And it's fairly, I mean, it's filthy, but it's fairly clean. No like major rust. A lot of these that I've worked on, you know, they were probably in a storage unit or in a garage or in an attic or something, and they usually have tons of rust all over this top part. But I'm excited because this is kind of the in-between. This is basically like the tube version of a EP3, because this was the, I guess, the transition before they were going from the EP2 to the actual solid state EP3. So like I said, this is basically a all tube EP3. It's EP2, but it's the tube version of the EP3 with the sound on sound. So hope I can get this working. So thanks for stopping by my channel. If you like my videos, please give it a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for future notifications, so when I continue with this restoration series, you'll get the notifications. And yeah, so that's that. As always, thanks for stopping by my channel. I'm Ryan. Have a good night. Just one more real quick thing before I get this out to the shop. I'm gonna just go ahead and chop this off, and I'm gonna find this is where the audio cable connects to the board. I'm just gonna go ahead and trim that off. That way I know where it is, but it won't be in my way anymore, because I'm gonna replace all that. This is This is where a lot of the odor comes from. Whatever material this insulation is made from, after time it degrades and it just produces that. It's just a very distinctive odor. If you've ever been around old electronics or worked on old electronics, you know what I'm talking about. So now I'm free to carry this around without cords, but I'm gonna get this out to the shop and get it cleaned up. So once again, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Oh, and one more thing that I wanted to point out that's really cool is all of this is chrome. On the other EP2 unit that I worked on, all this stuff under here was black, so they chromed everything, so that's cool. Yee. Everybody likes chrome, so there you go. Have a good night.